I mean, you were there the other day.
Yeah,
It did feel pretty seismic, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And I must say, the last kind of 48 hours or so since the game's finished, I've calmed down a lot, because it was, it felt, it felt like it was done. I think the players, they looked like they were done. They looked like they'd ran out of ideas. Midway through the second half, I genuinely started thinking, who's scoring in training? Is anybody scoring goals in training? Because I can imagine Arteta's doing like last goal wins, and it just never finishes. It was just, they kind of just ran out of ideas, and obviously Lewis Skelly getting sent off. I think it was kind of a microcosm of Arsenal's season in one game. Sideways passing, not penetrating, and getting somebody sent off. It was kind of there to have it, and more drop points. And you look at the way Liverpool played yesterday at City. I mean,
it was a double whammy, because there was no, as they say in cricket, no scoreboard pressure really on Liverpool. Had you won, Liverpool going to that game, were a bit more of a concern, but it allowed them to relax and play their game a little bit more yesterday. So it did have a knock-on effect.
I think it did. And you watch Liverpool, I mean, as I said, they were probably slightly more relaxed. But either way, going to City and winning's no mean feat, even with how City have played this season. And they just look so comfortable. I mean, like I said, I text you and I said, it says a lot. I find Liverpool a lot more entertaining to watch as a football team than what I have done at Arsenal. I just think they're, look, Arsenal can point to the fact that we have had injuries, but then lots of the teams has. Look at Spurs this season. I think, when Saka and Martinelli get back, inevitably things will probably improve from an attacking point of view, but they knew we were short in January and they did nothing. So that's...
You made a good point, actually, because this thing about managers or players trying to G the crowd up, we do see it a lot. We saw it. Kanate did a clearance and he come on, just in the moment.
Yeah, it works much better. Kanate got
from a position of strength.
From a position of strength, when you're top of the league, when you're winning at City, the crowd are very much behind him. I think when Martin Odegaard did it at one point on Saturday, there's quite a few of the people round by me, let's say, weren't G'd up.
No, they gave him a bit back, did they?
Gave him a bit back, and it was the same when Arteta was doing it towards the latter stages of the second half, and you kind of go, okay, well, you've got to give us a little bit. You've got to give us a little something as well.
It's a really, yes, you're right. It's a really fine line at the moment. You can do that.
It's really hard to kind of get yourself G'd up after the 100th time somebody's cut inside and floated a ball into the box in the game.
It might be nice if let's find everybody feeling it's done, aren't they, at the moment? That it's finished after yesterday and this weekend. So it'd be good if we can find an ultra optimistic Arsenal fan who has not given up. So do let us know. We'll get you on. 03717 223344 talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. 03717 223344. Yeah, what Alex had to say was there. He said it was a bit flat as well. It felt a bit flat.
It felt a bit flat. I think people... I think there was a chance that Bowen had really early on. And I think that we never looked like we'd come out the traps, never really looked like we were going to cause any danger. And I think that everyone, as soon as they scored, everyone, at half-time, pretty much everyone was like, we're in trouble here. We had to score first.
Which is weird, isn't it? I mean, you would have thought they would have felt they could come back into the game.
I think it says a lot about where Arsenal are, that they're 1-0 down at half-time to West Ham, and by and large, we didn't fancy ourselves as fans for them to come back into it. There was a guy as I walked out, and as we walked out, he went, well, we'll just have to concentrate on the Champions League. And I didn't want to point out to him, I can't help but feel that potentially Real Madrid would be a lot more difficult to beat than West Ham. But
probably.
The good news is we can concentrate on the Champions League, where we'll probably go out to PSV.
So get in touch, 03717 223344, talksport.com, text 81089, tweet TSH&J.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.